broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
There you go. You got it. Get it.
These are my confessions, but I don't know the rest of the lyrics, but I remember part 2 of his confessions.
Fun dad.
Fun dad. Yeah.
J-Lo.
Fun dad. One time. This is Cathy Kelley's song choice. We're just going with it.
Are you a platinum recording artist like Flo Rida?
Nah, man.
Multi-platinum.
Dude, my records go wood, baby. Straight wood, baby.
Teak. What you know about Teak?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Raw After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV. It's good to be back, y'all. The triple threat is back.
Get it.
How we doing?
I'm fantastic. How you living, Jalen?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
You know, back in the country doing this.
We've been holding it down in your stead.
I know. In my stead?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
We
Well,
tagged
you're
teamed it
gone.
last week.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's another
Yeah,
word.
it was just us last week.
I saw that.
So many puns, but
I can only imagine.
I survived
Ty
somehow.
hit his head
Well.
against the table repeatedly.
We had to get some new tables. It wasn't pretty.
Gotta save those tables, Todd.
Right?
Well, what a weekend it's been. I
Right?
mean, we had an amazing Royal Rumble. We had a fantastic Raw. Let's just get right into it. Let's get going here. I am at Jay Quasto on the Twitter. That man right there, you can see him every single week on Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. He is the first, the only, the reigning, the defending progenitor of hyper-optimism. He's Ty Matthews.
You know, I don't defend it too much. I don't defend it these days. Luckily, that title doesn't have a 30-day rule, though.
That's a good point. Find him on Twitter at Ty Matthews.
Ty Matthews, PMA.
And he's also pun enthusiastic about everything.
You are the...
Heyo.
Before you're even introduced,
thought of it. I thought
it's
of
like
it.
gets earlier and earlier every week.
Well, not only
Unbelievable.
is she the crown jewel of the Raw After Show, but she is the reigning and defending pun champion, at least from what I know.
Well, the title is on the line. If you guys watch our NXT after show, the championship title is up against Alexa Bliss. She won it in. She tweeted us this week.
Really? Mm-hmm. Is she good at
Yeah,
puns?
she's Bliss-tastic.
Does that count?
I don't know if that counts.
She has some good puns on NXT.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then...
She said last week that match was Bliss-tasteful.
There you go.
Okay, that works.
That one works.
That works
That
for
one
me.
works.
Anyways, you can find her on Twitter at Catherine Kelley. She's Cathy Kelley, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Wow. What... I mean, let's give our brief comments on the Royal Rumble. Everyone brought it.
Of course,
I thought
absolutely.
Ambrose
We got to see Sami Zayn.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, the Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, and they were just punching each other back and
absolutely.
forth. I was so excited.
Yeah,
Yo,
just punches.
I hope
all
they
day.
both drank a Pedialyte to rehydrate. Like, between what Ambrose and Owens did last night, that was physically exhausting to
That
watch.
table spot, I've seen him do that at a live event before, and it's incredible. And for him to do that when there aren't cameras around, but finally for everyone to be able to see it is just...
And what's interesting is speaking of cameras, one of the things that I thought was so interesting and so cool about that spot is that it was blocked so
forgot
well.
about it. Yeah.
Exactly. By the time that Ambrose was up and pushing him, you completely forgot those tables were even there.
thought he was gonna die.
Yeah.
It was incredible. What a perfect
Got a family.
Absolutely.
way to do it. And everyone on the roster brought it. And I thought the Rumble... It allowed so many people to have great moments.
Exactly. We got
Like
to see
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles made his debut. We got to see the saga of Zayn and Owens spill over onto the main roster a little.
And that's the thing. Zayn didn't have a ton of time in there, but, you know, granted, he's still working his way back from injury,
Right.
but he still had an amazing moment by eliminating Owens.
Exactly, and that was the logical next step in their story.
Yeah.
You know, Kevin Owens went up to Raw before Zayn could even get a measure of revenge against him, so this was the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, and they clearly told that story on commentary last night, but
Right.
executed
Yes.
it really well. in the
Exactly,
response that
yeah.
they had.
I kept expecting Zayn to come out tonight after Owens' match with Ziggler.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess he's still at NXT.
I feel like he's going to be back and forth between the two. Like, he will be the one that kind of conjoins both wrestlers.
Exactly, yeah.
For sure.
He'll be like Blade. He's a daywalker.
But there are a lot of... there you go. Good Blade reference. But even like, Braun Strowman, he asserted himself as the dominant big man, getting rid of Big Show, and next thing you know, Brock Lesnar takes his head off. It's like, there are just so many individuals.
Clobbering him. Oh, Lord.
The meme on Twitter where it was like, how dare you no-sell me? And then just like, Brock just taking out Braun Strowman.
It was crazy.
It was good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And of course, obviously, Triple H is the new World Heavyweight Champion, which... That was effective because what did it do? It created a firestorm on social media.
Sure.
It brought in people that weren't even necessarily watching wrestling, be like, "Oh my God, Triple H! How'd that happen?"
Right.
And it creates anger, and he is the ultimate heel.
It just
but he was getting cheered. That's the thing is Roman was getting
that
a
crowd.
couple boos.
That crowd was not on Roman's side.
Crowd.
Yeah, which I guess that's why I would have loved to see Styles in at the end with Triple H.
Sure.
Ooh. But I think in that regards, it was a better idea. I guess if you have to choose between Roman and Ambrose to be in the final two, just because you knew the boos were going to come for Roman.
Right.
So I guess the Ambrose one does make more sense.
I think, I'm okay with it because I feel like it's the next logical step in kind of... It's really the only thing that the Authority could have done that's left to make Triple H even more of a villain.
I will say, though, I watched with a couple girls that don't normally watch wrestling, and they loved Roman. Like, they loved him.
Oh, people love him. That thing is like, look.
But, I mean, that's what it makes sense as to why the company wants him to
Absolutely.
be the next face.
Yeah,
sure.
Like, it makes so much sense, and I feel like I just don't understand why everyone's not on board with that.
It's not the fact. I don't think it's anything about Roman himself that people aren't liking. They just don't like him being forced on them.
Yeah.
And I don't think even that's even necessarily the case anymore. But I think a lot of people still feel that way. They want to like him on their own terms.
Look, I'll say this: he's earned everybody's respect.
He 100%
since he came back from that, he was busting his ass before the hernia surgery.
Right.
Yeah.
Since he came back in relatively short amount of time for a hernia.
Oh, yeah.
He has been 150 million %.
And they undersold that too, like how quickly he came back. Like, that's not mentioned as much anymore. I personally thought that, I mean, a little bit of spoiler alert or later in the show, but Rock coming back, I predicted him coming back, but I thought that it was going to be to help get Roman over.
Oh, right.
In Florida.
Right.
No.
But I mean, they already
to him that they didn't need that to still have a great main event.
They already had a segment with The Rock giving him the rub at last year's Rumble.
I know, but I thought they might need it again.
I don't think they would bring it out all over again. Just if nothing else, based on how it didn't really work the first time. But that was also just because of the Philly crowd.
Yeah.
But I think, this brings Triple H even more full circle to just becoming Vince McMahon. If the first one that brought him closer was dancing with the New Day the exact same way that Vince McMahon dances, then him coming back as an authority figure, winning the Rumble and winning the title, it's just like Vince in the 90s.
Yeah. I'm really interested to see
the
where
Rumble
this goes.
that Vince won.
Exactly, yeah.
Hell of a run that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of really good stuff happened, and like I said, it got people talking, and I really liked overall. I thought there was a lot of great spots for people.
Sure.
And so let's get to tonight. We start off Vince and Stephanie hit the ring. It starts off. I think the first words of the night are "Shut up,"
It's amazing.
which you can't beat that.
I mean, like a good, solid Vince McMahon shut up. You can't beat it.
No, we got a couple of them. So basically, they explained to everyone that Roman Reigns is broken and that everyone thought he would overcome. It was one versus all, but they pulled a coup on everyone. That number 30 was Triple H. Everybody played the game, and she said, no one can hold a candle to my man because he is the game. Triple H comes out in a suit, belt around the waist. Come on now.
It's good stuff, yeah.
And what he said in the ring, loved it. This was classic.
Ooh.
This is classic, like Triple H, in his heyday.
Right. Well, and one of the things that I enjoyed that he said was that he didn't need to be the WWE champion. He just wanted to be, just because people like Roman want to be. Like how
That's the ultimate heel thing
great.
to say.
Yeah.
Can't beat it. He said Roman Reigns lacks one thing, respect. And then he said, until my dying breath, this is my religion, my life, my church. I'll be damned if Roman disrespects me. And like you said, I don't need to be champ. I want to be champ. And that says it perfectly.
Right.
It explains his selfish nature.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I loved it.
It was great. I was just thinking about how Max Landis needs to rewrite Wrestling Is It Wrestling?
Well, no, it's funny because what Triple H did tonight was a microcosm of what Max Landis talks about in that whole film.
Right.
Or he needs to do like a sequel or something and add on.
Just tack on this whole era.
You should play one of the wrestlers in the next one.
Yeah, right?
The whole film is girls playing
That would be
wrestlers.
awesome.
There you go.
You know,
Cathy will be Roman Reigns.
ooh.
Oh, I look more like Bo Dallas when I slick my hair back.
What? Yeah.
And I'm a really good rapper, so.
You mean Bo Rida? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Look, I'm not the only one that thinks Bo Dallas's rap was better than Flo Rida's.
Right.
I'm not a Flo Rida fan. I'm sorry. I just don't
What?
think he's that talented.
His name is a pun.
He had a song about apple bottom jeans. Sorry if I'm not impressed.
Yeah, that song's great.
I like My House. That's on my gym workout mix.
I only know like 2 of his songs, but I
don't know.
love
It's
them
the
both.
WrestleMania theme song this year.
I love hip
You'll
hop.
hear it like 7,000 times.
I know.
Oh yeah, you'll like it eventually.
I love hip hop.
If
but
they have
he
anything
just
to say about it.
never. I don't know. Whatever. Let's move on. Tonight we're going to find out who will be the #1 contender at Fastlane. But the first match of the night, Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens. Owens stumbling to the ring, and justifiably so after last night. But he still made relatively quick work of Ziggler here with a pop-up powerbomb for the win. Ziggler had a great showing, though, at the Rumble last night.
He did, yeah. Yeah, he lasted, I think, longer than I expected, but he also came in late. But I think putting him with Kevin Owens is such a great combination of their strengths, because not many people can give a beating like Kevin Owens can, and not many people can take one like Dolph Ziggler can. So I think their chemistry together is really unique and really fun to watch.
Which is why I'm a little surprised it didn't go a little bit longer. But
Right.
you know, Kevin Owens taking out his frustration on Ziggler for the win.
Yeah. As much as I liked the French braid last night, I feel like it doesn't allow Ziggler to sell as much, because part of
Right.
it is his hair just
sure.
like looking like a rag doll.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a good point. He could really he could make the headbutts look deadly. You know, stuff like that. Backstage after that match, we have Roman Reigns with JoJo, and she basically says, you know, she lets him know everything that was said about him from the chairman and from Stephanie. And he's like, you let the chairman and the champ know that I'm here and I'm not leaving until I hear this announcement. Bam, he bounces. Next thing you know, we got them social outcasts. And this is exactly what we were talking about. The segment with him, all 4 of them, I should say, and Florida.
Florida.
They invite him in the ring, and Heath Slater says, what does he say? Like, don't make me...
He said, "Don't make me mad."
Yeah.
Last time we were on a show together, I pushed you around, so don't make me mad.
Yep, that's what it was. And he said, I don't want to hurt you. I want to embarrass you. And that's
And then Adam Rose warns him not to make the Red Dragon mad.
the Heathy baby.
Yeah. He says that because if you make the Red Dragon mad, you'll find out he breathes fire.
I love that Adam Rose he speaks completely nonsensical.
I just like that they all have these different weird roles. Like Adam,
They don't mesh. It's like
Exactly.
oil and water, but like 4 different parts, but
Right.
they all work really well
It's
together.
great because like Heath is like kind of the de facto leader, or who he thinks is of himself as the leader. Adam Rose is like trying to be his #1 fan / like buddy. Bo just wants everyone to be best friends, and Axel's just confused by everything that everyone says.
And it's funny because Rose has yet to be in a match yet, I think, since the Social Outcast debuted, if you will. But I love Adam Rose on the mic.
Yeah.
This version of Adam Rose is fantastic.
What if he like did do a match and he tried to do his whole like falling backwards into the guys, and he thinks that they're his rosebuds now, but he just falls to the
Just
ground.
leave.
Like they can't get it together enough to like even catch him.
Right.
Hey, if you can't do a trust fall with them, who can you do one
That was
with?
awesome.
Yeah.
So they challenge him to a rap battle. Bo Rida kind of crushes it.
Yeah.
After the first line, which is like a 4th grade rap, and then you make a Danny Tanner reference, you won my heart.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Full house.
And to be honest, I feel like Flo Rida kind of...
He started really good.
Yeah,
I think
that's
he
exactly
forgot
right.
a couple of
Started okay, then by the time he got to the go home line,
There was no rhyme.
Wait, hang on.
Kurt Angle was better when he mocked John Cena years ago.
That one was good.
I mean, I don't know what happened, but like, if you're a rapper and a recording artist and you are known as someone that can rhyme, that's your job.
out-rapped by Bo.
Yeah, you better. And even Florida, you could tell by they were like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, you
Sure.
have to bring it. Like, that's a risky move on his part.
Right.
I wrote a rap.
Oh,
did you?
God.
Yeah.
Do you want to?
It's very short.
Can we get a beat?
I don't need a beat. It's good.
Oh, okay.
So, are you ready?
Yeah.
there was one little flaw with Monday Night Raw. The Social Outcast rap was absolutely awesome.
The worst person.
We needed more. That was the flaw.
I'm raising the roof for that, man.
Check that one out.
I'm going old school. Raising this roof. Raising this roof, yo.
I feel like that needs to be part of Bo's
Thank
gimmick
you, Mark.
now. Like,
Thank
he
you
needs
for
to
that.
rap.
Yeah.
That was good.
Come out rapping that singlet. Why not? You know?
Yeah, the newly singleted Bo Dallas.
So after Flo Rida pretend wins the rap battle, he brings out the Dudley Boyz. And then we have Dudley Boyz versus Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. And Heath and Adam Rose, of course, keep interfering. Rida tosses Heath inside the ring, turns into a wazah. And then, of course, a 3D on Curtis Axel for the win.
And we got to see the Bo train.
Oh yeah,
as well.
The Bo train.
I think that was a highlight for me. now that victory lap has a name,
the Bo train.
It's great.
Oh, that's great.
The only thing better than Bo doing a victory lap is Bo and several other people doing victory laps.
Mm-hmm. That was really those four together, man. I'm glad it happened.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there are four guys you want to root for.
Right. Exactly.
For a multitude of reasons, and they're all like, as far as you know, Bo Dallas is so young. Then you have Adam Rose, who's obviously much older. So the fact they're all together, I think it's great.
Hodgepodge wrestlers.
Hodgepodge.
Exactly.
They're all hodgepodge.
The Hodgepodge Gang. That sounds like something from the Little Rascals. I don't know. I like that, though. So, yeah. So, Dudley Boyz get a much-needed victory because they haven't had too many their way lately. Backstage, we have Renee Young with the newly debuted AJ Styles, a phenomenal one, y'all. And he didn't get a chance to say much because Chris Jericho comes in and basically says, "Welcome to the big leagues, kid."
Homeboy was getting chance even after he was eliminated from the Royal Rumble last night. Like, after he was eliminated.
Well, and it's good that he came out at number 3 because I think they knew if he came out any later, those chants, those chants just would have been happening the whole match leading up to him coming out.
That's a pretty good point you have there.
Like,
I didn't think about that.
I think that's the only reason he came out so early.
And so he could have an impressive run as opposed to coming out late and then, like, getting eliminated because...
Right. Yeah, because they knew, everyone's reading the sheets. They know that everyone's kind of waiting for that.
I didn't know. I knew he was going to be in WWE eventually, but I didn't know that he was going to debut at Rumble last night.
Yeah.
I had hoped.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people I hoped would just show up, but... he was on that list. I just didn't know for sure.
And if we were... go ahead.
Well, I don't think anyone knew for sure, but I think everyone was hoping and just thinking it was so likely that they would have been chanting all night anyway.
There's also a huge chant of, if you read on the dirt sheets or whatever, that someone's going to debut at Royal Rumble, they could come out after the Rumble is over and just challenge someone or have a spot after that, after it's completely over.
Sure.
And you couldn't ask for a better opening match for AJ Styles than to have it against Chris Jericho, two guys that have
talk about dream matches for sure.
Long-standing careers. They've both been all over the world. They both spent a ton of time in Japan, and it's just...
They referenced New Japan on commentary several times tonight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They referenced, the IWGP Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I was a little surprised, this is a pay-per-view match right here, so maybe... this is going to become something, or maybe just
I think
AJ won clean though.
Sure did.
Yeah, he won. It's important to note he won clean, but not necessarily decisively. He won clean, but with a flash pin.
Yes.
And I think it's interesting the way that they're teasing the Styles Clash so much because they know that that's going to be a moment. Mm-hmm. They know that people are going to keep tuning in, if nothing else, just to see the Styles Clash on WWE programming. And I don't think it's going to happen until Fastlane.
Which is fine. I mean, this is a great match. There are a ton of reversals. Of course, the roll-ups at the end. AJ hitting the flying forearm, and then Jericho locks in the Lion Tamer. So many great moments there. And then finally the roll-up for the win, and then the long pause, and then the handshake that Jericho won't let go.
Right.
The sign of respect, but also bitterness from losing.
Right, exactly.
So...
It was good stuff. Yeah, it was great.
It's really exciting to see because AJ Styles is another guy. People said that about Sting. Mm-hmm. We never see him.
Right.
And we did.
And that's one of those things that for some reason it's even weirder and more surreal to me now seeing AJ Styles on Raw than it was seeing Sting on Raw.
Yes.
It's for some reason it's even weirder.
Yeah, and luckily AJ he's aging incredibly. He's always been in such great shape and he's a great person. So he's got plenty of time left.
Yeah.
Sure.
And for those people that didn't know him, I think that he had a really impressive match with some of the high flying off the top rope and whatever else. So he's won over a lot of people that might not be wrestling fans of other places.
Right.
Well, I think last night answered the question. A lot of people were wondering, well, will WWE fans know who AJ Styles is? I think that question was answered at the Rumble when the chants would not stop.
Do you think part of the reason why they didn't change his name is because it's tattooed on him?
I don't think. I think with as much cred as he has, there's no way they would have. But I mean, that
There's
is pretty blatant. Like
Samoa Joe, bam.
But they changed Finn Balor's name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
They changed Hideo Itami's name.
Right, but at the same time, neither one of them had as big of a name as Samoa Joe because they.
I would say they did have as big of a name. It just wasn't in America.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, sure.
But like Samoa Joe, AJ Styles.
Yeah, the fact that those two had other American followings, I think, definitely plays a big part.
Same
in
thing,
that.
and plus they have great names like Austin Aries. Why would you give him a different name?
Right,
it's
right.
Perfect as is. You know, which we could talk all day about how exciting that is.
But yeah, I don't think there's really. I think there's such an overlap in the WWE universe and fans that watch other programming that I don't think there was any chance of them not knowing who AJ Styles was.
Yeah.
He's been such a household name for so long, and he was really pretty much the number one talent in the world that had never. I mean, he's competed in a WWE ring, but like way back on the days of Jacked and Metal against the Hurricane.
It's just so exciting to see because I mean, it's a symbiotic relationship. The fact that they're willing to bring in people like this, it's a win-win.
Right.
The wrestler's going to get a bigger name, sell a lot of merchandise, and the company's going to make plenty of money, and it's going to make fans happy. And then whenever things may end, they go back to doing other things, and they're going to be that much bigger. So it's really a win-win to know that it gives hope to everyone. Like, hey, we get a shot.
Right.
And
so I think when he eventually hits the Styles Clash or even the Spiral Tap, it's going to be a big moment.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's been a moment that Hideo Itami has been teasing with the go to sleep. Ever since he's been in here.
When they teased that go to sleep, the reaction was absolutely astounding.
It's going to be something similar. When we get a match between Itami and Styles, they're going to be teasing back and forth.
Absolutely.
With each other.
How soon is he returning?
Before WrestleMania, most likely.
Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, good for him. It's been a while. So next up, we have Becky Lynch taking on Sasha Banks, and of course, Sasha showed up last night and just cleaned house of Charlotte and Becky.
That was goosebumps moment.
Definitely.
It was
so good.
I mean, knowing it was such a smart idea, knowing that they're in Orlando and knowing that there would be such a vocal following for Sasha Banks for her to get the reaction that she did. And then at that point, it's just a snowball effect that people watching at home see that reaction and know she must be a big deal.
But she gets that reaction everywhere.
Not that reaction. Everywhere. Definitely not that reaction.
Yes, she does. Everywhere, like whenever they have women's matches, even if she's not involved, there's still "We Want Sasha" chants.
Definitely not to the extent that pop was. That pop was because it was in Orlando and it was so many NXT fans.
I
That's
would
100%
disagree.
the
I think
case.
that there were maybe a little bit more, but she garners a lot of chants no matter where
sure.
she
I'm not saying the fans aren't behind her, but I think that's a whole other level when you get into NXT territory.
Yeah.
But I think it's the exact right moment to pull the trigger on her. She's fresh off of this, injury. And
whatever it was.
Yeah.
Don't know what it was.
Was it something to do with nerves, or was that Barrett? Am I thinking of Wade Barrett? I don't know.
Whatever it was, it wasn't.
It was
quick
physical
recovery.
and minor.
It wasn't surgical, so thank God for that.
Exactly, yeah.
But what a great match. I mean, Sasha all over Becky early on, then Becky turns that reversal into a disarmer. Sasha reverses that into a bank statement, and then Charlotte just messes everything up. She attacks and destroys both of them. And this was so Flair.
Sure.
Just like her holding that title after she beat up both of them tonight, you're looking at her thinking, you know what, she could be the champ until next WrestleMania.
Right.
Yeah.
It's quite possible.
Mm-hmm. I wish wrestling fans' attention spans were long enough to make title reigns like that plausible in this era.
When's the last massive one we had was Punk, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's on both the WWE writers and the wrestler to keep changing it and keeping it fresh. And I do think that's possible.
You think so?
Yeah.
I sure hope so.
Especially with Charlotte. I think she's proven her in-ring capabilities. They have her dad here to progress the storyline, and I could see more BFF reigns or whatever that is, like they did in NXT.
Right.
And, held the title there for a while, too, so.
Yeah, definitely.
And let's not forget, before Seth Rollins got hurt, he was on pace to probably carry it for, I think, at least a year.
Pretty good while, yeah.
And in my opinion, I thought he was doing a fantastic job.
Nikki carried the title for almost a year.
Yeah.
Was it over? No.
300
300-ish something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I loved Seth Rollins as champion. I thought he was really coming into his own.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the injury.
But this entire segment, I feel like they told a story without ever speaking a word, which is very, very hard to do, and they pulled that off flawlessly. I was just like smiling at the TV the entire time.
And there's plenty more storytelling from them to go, which is exciting stuff. Now, on to... Y'all want the truth? Well, you can't handle the golden truth. So Goldust is dancing to his Beats by Dre. R-Truth comes in, and Goldie says, I'm in search of a new partner. And that's when Truth kindly lets him know,
politely,
I'm a married man. I mean, I don't swing that way, whatever floats your boat or toots your horn. But I got to go.
You be good.
Be good. Which means, I mean...
And we even got a little bit of the comeback of Goldust Stutter back from the Booker T days.
Technically, it never left.
Right.
He just hasn't had an opportunity to do a ton of talking in the last number of years.
Sure.
So, is it a recreation of him and Booker? Maybe.
Right.
But that was amazing.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, it was great.
And if this puts R-Truth on television more and Goldust on TV more, I'm all for it.
Well, do we think that this was just a one-off and that Goldust will just keep asking other people? Or do we think that he'll just keep asking R-Truth?
These two they were so golden together, I think it's got to be a thing. You?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to get internet because my notes are on my computer.
Okay. Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I think we'll just see more segments of him interacting with other people. And then I don't know if you saw, but Stardust even tweeted today, Stardust is coming to an end.
Yeah, what's that about?
Which I don't know.
I don't know. He always tweets things that are kind of like you see these glimpses of like, oh my gosh, maybe Cody's coming back, and then like it's just a complete swerve. Like I think he does that intentionally.
But I don't think it's ever been as on the nose as this one was.
Well, it's very cryptic, and I believe his profile pic was just black.
It's just blacked out, yeah, completely.
But it's also weird. Why would... I don't know.
Why would that timing? I mean, then there's also all the rumors about Stephen Amell maybe doing an appearance at WrestleMania. So, would they change up the Stardust gimmick that close to...
Or maybe that's part of the story somehow.
Okay.
I don't know. For me, it's very rare when you get someone who can embrace a character like he has.
Right.
And I don't think we've seen anyone do anything quite like that in forever.
Sure.
Since Goldust.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's 100% right.
So I would really hate to see Stardust leave. I think he's got a ton more. He has yet to hold a title besides tag titles. Right? And yet to hold a singles title.
And the ending to I know we did get a conclusion, but like the ending to the Titus Stardust feud, I think left us wanting more.
Definitely, yeah. For sure. I think, there's more mileage there. I think I'm really, really dying for Goldust and Stardust to have a Mania moment somehow.
Yes, please.
But who knows?
I don't know. But that's typical Stardust with that tweet.
Right.
From the where's he at?
From the Cosmos.
From the Cosmos. Right. There we go. Bray Wyatt versus... What's that?
They get exceptional cell reception there.
Yeah, big time. If they've
that Star Room, there's just so many routers there.
Yeah, much better connection than I got on the damn ship this past week. Oh my God,
that was still better than this room.
Very true. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the ocean, and like the worst part is they make you pay for Wi-Fi. And so I had to be real. If I noticed it was being awful, I'm like, okay, it takes 10 minutes to send email. I'm logging off. So I did Wi-Fi like 3 times all week. It was just so silly. It was nice to be away from it, actually.
A chime in from Francia via text, and Francia Ray says, she goes, why on earth is AJ Styles' first match on Raw against Jericho?
Why would you...
She wanted that to like build up till later.
I see that. Right. I mean, that's but...
Sure.
I think a lot of people are excited that happened tonight, but I think that she wanted that.
But I think in 2016, I think a previous version of Jericho, I think that's something to really build towards. For AJ Styles, for him to make a solid first impression, I think Jericho's the way to go to maybe build up towards, I don't know, Styles and Neville. Maybe Styles and maybe a healthy Cesaro once he gets back.
Can you just go through like the entire roster?
There's so many, especially now. Mm-hmm. So
either way, I mean, if that's a great first match. Mm-hmm. But I know what you're saying. You want to have it build up, but who knows? Yeah. They have a plan, I think. So moving on, Bray Wyatt versus that damn demon, Kane. Didn't last very long. Bray actually gets a chokeslam on Kane for a near fall, but then, of course, Sister Abigail then a double-team chokeslam to Kane afterwards. So, yeah, Kane needs a bit of a recharge, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if this was a feud that I needed rekindled at this point.
It was really just more to just build up the Wyatts.
Right. And I think that could have been done against, I think, any number of other people. So, I mean, it wasn't bad. It's never, bad. They always have solid chemistry in the ring.
Yeah.
It's just interesting. It seems so soon after the Wyatt's big feud with Taker and Kane for this to just, I mean, essentially be kind of a glorified squash, really.
Which it was.
Yeah.
True that. Now the next segment. This is going to take a while. We go to our boy Rich Brennan backstage, and a rather large limo, pulls up, and he's expecting a special guest, and he gets The Miz. Which...
So many boos.
A special guest.
Yeah.
Who's a special guest?
He's been gone for 3 weeks.
It's been 3 whole weeks.
So he's technically returning to Raw.
He's returning, yeah.
Well, we did see Miz last night.
Yeah, but not
on Raw.
And that's exactly how the tweets were phrased, is there's a huge star returning to Raw.
True. Loved it. So The Miz starts talking, but is interrupted by a truck only worthy of a Brahma Bull.
Beep, beep.
Like that timing.
Right.
Love it.
That's Donica timing right there.
Yeah, it is.
That's on point right there. So yeah.
Speaking of on point, this Rock was phenomenal.
Single camera shot the entire time. Like, how can you? That's so incredible.
This was probably
they
the hardest.
Birdmaned it, and it was great.
This was probably the hardest I'd laughed at a Rock segment in a long, long time. Like probably since. Do you remember that segment he had with Triple H? Where they kept just going over the past and just getting closer and closer to each other's face.
Yes.
But this was absolutely incredible. You're all right.
Yeah, his catchfavorite. You all right. I was like,
right.
Is this a new thing?
That was so good.
Or does he say that in Ballers maybe? I don't get HBO.
I don't think so. I think it might have just been him just being silly.
I mean, he goes from calling The Miz a flying nun, and then he throws the keys, parked the Rock's truck. Loved it. Said hello to my boy Rick Ross,
who
I once had a 7-minute sit-down with and made him laugh twice.
Look at that.
And his answer to every one of my questions was, "Oh, most definitely." Look it up on Twitter. Look up Jonny Loquasto, Rick Ross, not on Twitter, on YouTube, and you can watch.
Social media.
Count how many times.
Internets.
Count how many times he says "most definitely" in that interview, and then send it to me before the show's over. Go to YouTube right now. It's on there.
Not right now. They're watching.
Oh, not right now. That's true. Watch us.
But we see so many of these little mini vignettes, basically. Like he's talking to the big show.
Pat Patterson backstage.
Pat Patterson. Happy birthday to Pat
Dressed
Patterson.
in his Miami white.
Very first IC champion. He's talking to the big show and says, "Hey, remember that Royal Rumble where I took you over?" And Big Show's like, "Yeah, I won that one."
The director of The Scorpion was watching that and thought that he was going to cast whoever
Rock
won.
Said, "The thing is, I agree. You should have won that."
I wonder how much of that was obviously the Big Show was there, but do you think the Big Show knew?
That's hilarious.
There's so much riffing involved. And why Big Show was just holding a PC laptop, I don't know.
So that he could break it in Rage.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah. But yeah, basically makes the Big Show cry.
It's the only thing that was PC about this promo, too.
Oh, look. All right.
That counts. That's a good one.
That was good.
So he goes from the Big Show and then pauses as he staring someone down, and it is Lana with her hair down. So that means she's nice, Lana.
Right.
And he talks about how they hooked up. They did everything from the Norwegian
Wisconsin wheelbarrow.
Thank you, Wisconsin wheelbarrow. Yeah. That, and there's the one leg Russian leg sweep. I don't know.
Yeah, something leg scissor might have been.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Johnny needs the urban dictionaries.
Yeah. They're all things I've never. They're all things I've never done. And next thing you know, Rusev is standing behind The Rock, not looking very happy, and Lana mentions they're now engaged to be married. And The Rock's like, "Oh,
mazel." Gives him a mazel.
He's like, "You're a very lucky man." She is very flexible.
Yep. So that happened.
It almost this whole thing reminded me of Spinal Tap, because every time he kept saying, "All right, Miami," he'd stop and get interrupted again.
If that means we're gonna see, I get that Rusev is in the League of Nations now, but I would love to see more of that storyline between Lana and Rusev now. Where are they now that they've been engaged for a few months?
Right.
And it seems a little tumultuous. It seems like there's still some things. Someone tweeted me, it's a rocky road for them, which I thought was funny. But they're it's just, there's tension there.
Yeah, definitely.
Not the good kind of tension.
Nope. But then finally, The Rock has come back home. which
made us wait for a second.
He made us wait a long time. But as a Pennsylvanian, Rock, I know you graduated high school from Freedom in Bethlehem. Don't front.
J-Lo knows.
Miami may be home, but dagnammit, you were a football player in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
School life.
Anyway.
Stuff.
He goes out to the fans from the ring and just goes off script. He even called it. Talks to the Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, another Rock, and Randy Savage.
First doesn't know who Byron Saxton is on commentary. That
Which was
hilarious.
so great. And then I love when they do the pan over and Byron's like... calls him the other black guy.
I do love Byron. I think Byron is settling in nicely. I mean, really, if you think about it, the role that Byron's in now, that was the role that Michael Cole was in 97, 98. When
Doing
The Rock was
both
just...
Raw and SmackDown, too.
Yeah,
Like...
yeah, exactly. But, like, you know, when back in the days when Michael Cole would do backstage promos with The Rock, and The Rock would just use him as a t-shirt rack, basically.
Adam Pearce did that to me once.
Oh, yeah, that's
Way
right.
back in the day.
That was good stuff.
I had a cheese head on my head, and then he put, like, a t-shirt over me and basically hawked his merchandise with me as a glorified clothing stand.
Exactly.
It was so fun.
Love the Scrap Daddy.
Oh, he's the best. Yeah, so I think he's good at what he does.
Yeah. Sure. But them all going off script allowed New Day to go off script too, which ended up making this segment even better.
Right. Yeah, an off-script New Day is you're not going to get much better than that.
Gosh, were they on point? We talk about The Rock being on point.
Right.
They stepped it up.
They killed it for sure.
Everything. Okay, so New Day does come out. They put over Byron Saxton. They're the black guys that you do know. They said The Rock doesn't have gold. Where that know? Where that know? But you know who does have gold? Who? The New Day does. Francesca too. She made a gold. She made a gold.
Even if those tag titles look like the smash pennies you get at Disneyland.
What ifs? You know?
Well, they kind of do.
They sweet though. And then The Rock mentions that their unicorn horns are in fact llama
penises.
Yes.
You can't say that on the internet.
You can't say penises on TV.
Penises?
You can't say that on the internet.
What about peni?
It's a llama peni.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
You know.
I think it's fair. So yeah, they got upset obviously. Oh, I love what he said about Big E, which it's actually a pretty funny comparison. The Incredible Hulk had a kid with Urkel.
Right.
Because that's kind of E.
Yeah, sure.
But then when Xavier dropped the mic and he's like, "Oh, did I do
that? Did I do that? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right.
So brilliant in the moment.
So good.
But E is kind of that. Like, he's a big, massive, amazing athlete, but he's a funny geek when it comes down to it.
Sure. I mean, even back in the days when he was just a silent bodyguard, he was making these ridiculous videos with Caitlyn on Twitter and being secretly hysterical.
There's a new one.
Yep, there's a new one. They
with
just
them too?
Recently reunited. Yep.
Really? Where? It's on Twitter, you said?
Yes.
On his Twitter.
It's on the social media.
If you go to twitter.com.
Wait, what? Do I have to go on internets first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that computer has the internet. It's okay.
Yeah, no.
It's got it.
He's going to get so frustrated that he'll do a big show.
Yeah. So I got to go to Epsilon's Twitter?
Exactly.
And it's a new video?
Yep.
You'll find it.
That's awesome.
You'll find it.
That's the thing. Is like, back when he was a bodyguard, we were like, just, when's he gonna...
Right, when's he gonna be as hilarious as we know he is?
Yeah.
And like, of course, it took several years, but it's worth it.
This whole thing, man, was so good. And then, of course, Plan B, when the New Day did not want to fight The Rock, was family. That's when the Usos came out. They got Uso crazy all over the New Day. Super kick, spine buster, people's elbow to Xavier Woods. We had a rock bottom to Big E, and then Kofi got disposed of as well. This whole thing was just a joy.
Yeah.
A joy
It was
to
great
watch.
stuff, yeah.
So
I think we touched on all the highlights.
I think we did. We got about 10 minutes left.
I mean,
so
as much as we gush about the New Day, there's new stuff to gush about every single week. So
it's because you could tell. I mean, number one, their chemistry. It's not as good as us three.
but I mean, obviously.
But their chemistry, it's like they could have a framework.
It's unfair to compare.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
It really is. But they could have a canvas and then just trust whatever they're going to paint with. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even if, obviously, they do come up with stuff, but, man.
Yeah.
It's gold.
Did I do that? So freaking funny. Did he drop the mic? Xavier. Ugh. Anyways. Paige and Natalya. Tag match. That whole segment was just so, like, I loved it so much.
It was good. It was very good.
Anything else?
It's like you're in love with that segment.
I mean, I'm in severe like.
No, you seem like you're in love with that segment. I don't think that segment loves
That segment
you,
isn't going to text you back, Johnny.
I'm going to marry that segment.
That segment doesn't swing that way.
That segment doesn't even know about you.
Whatever toots your horn.
It does.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It saw the Rick Ross interview.
Yeah, the segment knows about me.
What's happening right now?
I don't know.
Let's move on.
We got a tag match. A tag team match. We got Paige and Natalya.
We got to get Teddy Long's music for tag team matches.
I love Teddy.
So good.
Paige and Natalya taking on Brie Bella and Alicia Fox. Brie getting them kicks in on Natty. The tide is eventually turned. Paige hits the rampage for the W. Good to see Natty back and healthy, which is great.
Yes. This is like a pleather match too.
What's that?
A pleather match.
It was a very shiny group of people. Shiny, happy people, as Michael Stipe would say.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know where. I mean, I don't think there's a ton centered around these four right now. Best wishes to Nikki, by the way. She's having neck surgery.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully, she mentioned a fusion. Hopefully, they don't have to do a fusion.
Right.
Fingers crossed that everything's good and she recovers. So, where do you think? I mean, Brie Bella, Alicia Fox lately have just been kind of just hanging out, tagging.
Well, is this kind of the Total Divas segment now? Now that show
Which is weird because they didn't mention it that much during the segment.
I mean, it was a short match too. Like it was.
I'm still happy having two Divas matches.
Sure.
Not just like musical chairs.
Right. I think as much as I loved New Day and The Rock, that probably could have been cut a couple minutes. Maybe 3.
Well, they went off script, so it was a couple minutes shorter, and then they just added.
But that segment went on for so long.
It did.
So long.
Well, Johnny needed to revel in the moment.
Sure.
Yeah. I need to let the segment know that I was there.
Exactly. You know.
Do you think Paige and Natty, is this going to lead to a program for them, do you think?
I mean, that would be great. Can you imagine their promos back and forth of, who comes from the better lineage of wrestlers?
Yeah, definitely.
Because right now those two are confusing. Paige was an all-out heel, and all of a sudden her and Natty show up together, so it's like, okay.
When Natty comes back.
It's Totes Divas, man.
And what are Brie Bella and Alicia Fox? What are they? No one knows.
Well, they've been playing up the
There's a feud on Total Divas.
They've been playing up the Total Divas feud between Alicia Fox and Paige, because Alicia Fox unfollowed her on the Twitter.
Who did?
Alicia Fox.
Unfollowed Paige?
Yes.
That's like the worst thing that you can do on Twitter.
Them's fighting words.
Well, that segment unfollowed me. What does that mean?
I mean, it's not good. Whatever it is.
Segment's just not that into you.
No. Hate to break it to you, Johnny. There's other segments.
I'm getting Big Show cry face.
You are.
Well, I was glad you pulled up.
There are other segments in the sea, though.
So, yes. Okay. Kind of punny.
That wasn't a pun.
It was pretty close.
That's not how puns work.
It was wordplay.
Can someone please tweet Johnny?
It was word substitution.
What a pun is.
I know what a pun is. I'm just saying it was close.
And then it'll take him 30 minutes to figure out how to use Twitter to check.
He'll get there.
It was close.
He'll get there.
Hashtag fun, Dad.
Kalisto taking on The Miz.
New U.S. champ.
This match was fantastic and had a lot of time. The Miz got a lot of good stuff in. The top rope double axe handle, his classic corner clothesline, and then a spike DDT, but eventually a reversal into the Selena Del Sol for the win. So Kalisto still looking strong. No attack from Del Rio,
right?
Which was a little surprising.
I think they might kind of be moving on from that and let Kalisto have a solid reign now.
Yeah, I think so.
They're really behind him.
Yeah, definitely.
They should be. There's no one like him.
Sure.
I would think that Del Rio would still be. Maybe he's just going to.
He should be able to get one more match out of it.
Unless they really start going League of Nations strong.
Yeah, I think they told all of the story that they needed to with Del Rio and Kalisto. And unless we get the rematch and Kalisto just 100% wins completely clean.
But yeah, really good match though. I like what the Miz did too.
Sure.
Miz had a good night.
Miz is always solid, man.
The thing with The Rock, and then a good match. Flying Nun.
Right. His little non-promo was pretty awesome too. Just furious about constantly getting interrupted. And then getting interrupted.
Exactly. Move on to the main event, y'all. We got Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose.
More tag team match, baby.
Another tag team match.
Holla.
Taking on League of Nations, Sheamus and Rusev. Ambrose still on fire. Shoulder taped up. He's literally a walking duct tape factory right now.
Sure.
Got a new shirt though tonight. That one was ripped to shreds.
Right.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't even a shirt by the end of
I
the
mean,
night.
really,
It's
just
like a tube top that didn't fit.
just kind of scraps at that point.
He went gray tank top tonight.
Yep.
You
got to switch it up sometimes, man.
Well, he didn't have a black one left, so
That's true.
And he only has 2 shirts.
I wonder if you think it's Haynes or Fruit of the Loom or other.
I think he's a Haynes man.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
But wow, Ambrose on fire. I mean, taking the
Just
spill
bombs,
outside the ring.
Bombs in every direction in this match. Loved it.
Bombs away. Rusev comes in, starts tossing Ambrose around. Sheamus lays in on him, and then eventually the hot tag, distractions from the League of Nations, a bro kick to Reigns. Ambrose barely breaks up the pin, but then he almost kills himself again.
Right.
Going outside. And Reigns eventually hits a spear for the win. And then Ambrose takes down the Spanish announce table and a massive shield-like kind of sort of power bomb.
Yeah, they want to get that moment back because Rusev splashed Reigns through a table last night during the Rumble. And so they want to get a little bit of measure of revenge.
Yeah.
And it was like 2/3 of a shield power bomb.
Mm-hmm.
That looked crazy though.
That impact was bonkers.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how Reigns and, like I said, Reigns and Ambrose.
There was a great moment on Twitter where Rusev said that because he took the monitor from the announce table last night at the Rumble, he declared himself the new TV champion.
Who said that?
Rusev.
See, Rusev's funny, man.
He's super funny.
He reminds me a little bit. Remember when Santino was a heel?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the one time he did something with Sheamus to where you barely heard it off camera. But he did something where, like, there was some kind of food segment, and Santino's backing up the ring, and he's like, I took your sandwich, Sheamus!
Yeah.
Like,
I do remember that.
Rusev gets those comments in that are really, like, he's a funny dude.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so it was a shame to see.
Dog Ziggler.
That
Ziggler.
was pretty, I do love Dog Ziggler.
That was the one disappointment I had. He got eliminated so early.
Yeah, he did.
In the Rumble.
Right.
For the guy that was the last one last year. Mm-hmm. Really would have liked to see Rusev have a longer...
That is interesting. I didn't even think about that. The last 2 from last year were the first 2 this year.
And he was gone in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so we got a victory there. And then to finish out the show, Stephanie comes out and hits the ramp. The question is, I thought there would be like maybe a little tournament to decide the number 1 contender. But they just decide it's going to be Ambrose, Reigns, and Lesnar.
Well, it's the match at Fastlane is to determine the number 1 contender.
Right. My question is...
He was a number 1 contender to the number 1 contendership. That's what he's thinking
He was
about.
assistant to the regional manager.
Ah, yes, there you go. My question is, though, why would they want to give Ambrose and Reigns a chance when they hate him so much?
I think they want to turn them two against each other.
Right. They
That's
do want to turn them against each other, but their whole thing this entire time, as much as they say they hate giving Reigns chances, they give him so many chances. This is far from the first time that they're like, hey, we don't want this guy to be champion. All right, you can kind of try to be champion.
Because they know that that's what's going to get butts and seats.
Like, if we look at the way the Wyatts eliminated Lesnar last night, they all just, even after they were eliminated, they all just went in, ganged up, threw him out. There was zero reason that the Authority couldn't have done that to Roman Reigns last night.
Yeah.
They went so far as to put him through a table, but they went to great lengths to pull him through the ropes rather than just sliding him back in and then throwing him out over the top. Hate it. We're just going to keep letting Brock Lesnar.
No, I would like.
He's thinking.
I was interested in your opinion.
He's like, how do I get on this Twitter thing that we keep talking about?
I was interested in your opinion. And I thought you were going to continue with it.
Sure. No, that's it. But I just think that with the Rumble, with the no DQ rule, that just opens up so many kind of logistical plot holes where if it's no DQ, why doesn't everyone just, like, after they're eliminated, if they have beef with someone, just go back in and eliminate that person?
Yeah. Well,
at that point, you have nothing to lose. Mm-hmm. It should be even more chaos than it already is, really.
True. I see your point there. Yeah, that's why I was a little surprised by. I mean, Lesnar, it's a no-brainer, but like, all 3 of these guys are people that they have problems with.
Right, but I think their thinking is Reigns and Ambrose will just destroy each other. Brock Lesnar will pick up the scraps, and then.
But they don't. You think Triple H wants to fight Lesnar again?
Maybe they want to negotiate with Paul Heyman,
like character-wise.
Or
no, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe it's a thing where Ambrose and Reigns, like, they're in their mind, they're like, well, we're buds, like, let's team up, let's get Brock Lesnar. They eliminate Brock Lesnar together so Brock doesn't look weak, and then they realize the second half of their plan is, oh crap, you're my friend and now we have to do this.
Right. But also, like, not that long ago was the finals of that championship tournament where they fought each other. Mm-hmm. And they proved that they can put that aside and fight each other and still be buds.
Yes.
Who did
eliminate Lesnar? The Wyatt family, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that makes you wonder too. Well, that could be the Wyatt family could come into play at the main event of Fastlane as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think we're going to see Reigns and Triple H?
At WrestleMania? Yes.
Yeah. But the question is, will it be for the title?
I think so.
Wow.
I mean, there could. Who knows? Between now and then, Triple H could lose the title.
He's not defending it at Fastlane.
But there's multiple Raws. There's several Raws between now and then.
I kind of like Triple H being champion going into WrestleMania.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Will that be the main event? Who knows? I mean, I think there's going to be hopefully a handful of main events.
Right.
Which we still don't know. I mean, with all the injuries. Apparently, Cena's back in the gym already.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah, he tweeted a picture from Hard Knocks South, which is just beyond me.
Yeah.
Considering, 2 weeks ago, he was doing isometric exercises post-surgery.
So, but overall, good stuff tonight. Great episode, solid stuff.
Enjoyed the heck out of it. Bunch of matches, and we had a lot of people in chat roll, which is always nice.
Good.
Party on with that. Should we put ourselves over and call it a night?
Let's do it. And GTFO.
Ty Matthews, go.
You can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, Ty Matthews PMA, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, 4 p.m. Saturday afternoons, KDOC, U2 America. Also, many new after shows on AfterBuzz TV. I got The Magicians tonight, Pitch Slap tomorrow, Second Chance on Wednesday, and the brand new Lucha Underground after show on Thursday. Get it?
Yeah, Ty's taking over. I am on Twitter at Catherine Kelley, on Instagram at Cathy Kelley, here doing the Bachelor and NXT after shows.
There you go.
Check those out.
Boomtown. I am at Jay Quasto on Twitter. Scottsdale, Arizona, coming to the Stand Up Scottsdale Comedy Club February 4th to 6th. Also, my theater company, if you're in Los Angeles, we have a really awesome show the next 5 Tuesdays in a row, so if you're in LA, come see that. But most importantly, the next blood drive for the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, Saturday, February 13th. Go to chladonateblood.org or hit me up on social media. Please get the word out if you're anywhere near LA.
You put that together too.
It's a lot of work, but it's worth it every single time. So February 13th, please get the word out. We're trying to help as many kids as we can. Give blood, save a life. With that said, we love you guys. See you next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.